Interesting story from the Washington Post. Trump has been doing a lot of things as president, and it's really been unprecedented. But this is, of course, by Philip Rucker. Basically, Trump says he's called Chuck Schumer, of course, the House Minority Leader, to broker a deal with Democrats for a great health care bill. Of course, we all know that Donald Trump has been unsuccessful in his attempt to repeal and replace Obamacare. Of course, the Republicans tried 40 times while President Barack Obama was in office. But frustrated by the Republicans' inaction on health care, President Trump tweeted Saturday that he had reached out to the Senate Democrats for help, brokering a deal for a great health care bill, unquote. Trump said that he had called the Senate Minority Leader, and of course, this is not so good news for Donald Trump. Of course, that is because of the Republican caucus and them not always working directly with Democrats to get things done. I called Chuck Schumer yesterday. Of course, Donald Trump tweeted, if the Dems want to do a great healthcare bill, Obamacare is badly broken. Big premiums, Donald Trump tweeted the other day. Chuck Schumer responded saying he was willing to work with Trump to improve the existing healthcare system, but not to repeal and replace the Affordable Care Act, also known as Obamacare. Of course, this was President Obama's signature 2010 healthcare law, implemented, of course, by him as well as the Democratic leaders at the time, directly after his first election. The president wanted to make sure another run at repeal and replace, and I told the president that's off the table, Chuck Schumer said in a statement. If he wants to work together to improve the existing healthcare system, we Democrats are open to his suggestions. A good place to start might be the Alexander-Murray negotiations that would stabilize the system and also lower costs. Chuck Schumer was referring to a bipartisan healthcare proposal, of course, by Senators Lamar Alexander, the Republican from Tennessee, and Patty Murray, the Democrat from Washington. On Friday, Democratic lawmakers condemned new rules issued by the Trump administration that widen the range of employees and insurers that can avoid the ACA requirement that birth control pills and other contraceptives be covered by the insurance as part of the preventive care because of religious beliefs. Unbelievable. Particularly after the birth control decisions yesterday, the administration has to stop sabotaging the law before anything real can happen. A Democratic aide speaking on the conditions of anatomy because of the aid was not, of course, authorized to be quoted by name this Saturday. The Trump's outreach to Schumer comes after the president's infuriated fellow Republicans by negotiating a deal last month with Schumer and House Minority Leader Nancy Pelosi to raise the debt ceiling and fund the government. Of course Republicans would be mad at that. It's unbelievable. Trump's dealing with Trump and Nancy, as affectionately called them, was seen by congressional Republicans as an act of betrayal, but have earned the president plaudits and framed him as the bipartisan dealmaker he said he would be. Republicans control the House and Senate, but would have repeatedly failed to pass their health care bill through the upper chamber. The efforts to repeal and replace the Affordable Care Act, also known as Obamacare, which for 4 years has been the GOP's campaign mantra, so far have garnered, of course, no Democratic support. But Chuck Schumer and other Democrats have said they would be open to discussions with Trump and other Republicans to consider selective changes to the ACA. Of course, that's the Affordable Care Act. This summer, Schumer publicly offered to negotiate with the Trump Republicans were willing to drop what he called a fundamental flawed approach. With Trump, of course, Schumer, again, publicly offered to negotiate with Trump. The Republicans were willing, of course, to drop what he called a fundamentally flawed approach. That starts over, the Democratic leader said in June, challenging the president to invite Senate Democrats to Blair House for a meeting. You think we're not serious? Try us. Democrats are ready to turn the page on health care, Chuck Schumer said. What an interesting situation. Stay updated and posted on all current events, especially in your area.
So we're going to do it in January or February because, as you know, we have the votes, but we can't go longer than Friday. What we're going to do is we will do the block grants, we will do the health care, we will get a longer process going for the couple of people that did want to see more process, even though they're yes vote. But very importantly, I am also, during this period of a couple of months, I'm also going to meet with Democrats, and I will see if I can get a health care plan that's even better. So I will negotiate with Democrats, but from the Republican standpoint, we have the votes. We'll vote in January, February, or March.
Are you considering an executive order?
I am considering an executive order on associations, and that will take care of a tremendous number of people with regard to health care. And I'll probably be signing a very major executive order where people can go out, cross state lines, do lots of things, and buy their own health care. And that will be probably signed next week. It's being finished now. It's going to cover a lot of territory and a lot of people, millions of people.